Want more muscle? For a full body transformation, hear what these USN ambassadors have to say. We recap their top tips so you can get the most bang for your burn. First up, Gaiser, a PGA golf pro and model.
Peter, guys are all about muscle. It's what we like, it's what we want. Now, in general, what's the best way to go about proper muscle gain?
Basically, it comes down to you've got to be feeding the muscle. You've got to overload the muscle, so you've got to be doing weight training. Now, I'm a big believer in weight training for gaining muscle. Obviously trying to lift heavy weights with good form. Your compound movements, which would be things like bench pressing, squatting, military pressing, pull-ups, those kind of things where you're actually activating a lot more muscle fiber, more muscle groups. So that would be a good solid foundation to have those exercises, and then obviously adding in a few more exercises just to help stimulate the muscle.
Remember the importance of benching within the region of your body weight and taking 30-second breaks between sets to keep the intensity high, with regular sips of water to stay hydrated. Shameen agrees.
Now, as a professional personal trainer, what are some of your principles when it comes to muscle gain?
Well, obviously, discipline and consistency is key. Training at least 5 days a week, an hour a day. Weekends you normally take off, for recovery and growth. And then where eating is concerned, eating is key as well. You've got to eat clean at least 5 days a week, and over Saturday or Sunday you can take 1 day off. You're going to have your cheat meal, and that is basically the key to building lean quality muscle.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time mastering the beginner moves before you tackle any advanced routines, and train from head to toe, focusing on every muscle group in between for a powerful, balanced appearance.
All guys would like to have a good stomach, so what tips can you give us?
This is the million-dollar question. A six-pack's born in the kitchen. Now, you've got to obviously control your calorie intake, and you've got to be burning the calories. So you want to try and make sure that your workouts, you're burning a lot of calories, so the intensity is pretty high. And obviously you want to take in less calories so that you can get rid of that body fat around the waist.
I believe you use a product called Anabolic Nitro X4. Exactly what is that?
It's basically a pre-workout supplement. It's a capsule form compared to your Nitro Anabolic, which is a powder form. Now, I prefer the capsule form. For me, it's just a convenient way of keeping it in my bag. And I take a few capsules before, about half an hour before I train on an empty stomach, and by the time I hit the gym and I start off with my first warm-up set, I'm already feeling warm. So basically it's a vasodilator, which means it just makes your veins a bit larger, so you're getting more nutrients to the muscles. So your muscles are being fed while you're training, and it gives you that nice feeling of a pump, which is what most of the guys are aiming for in the gym, because then your muscles are really working hard.
What are some of the products that you would advise to your clients to recover properly after a workout?
Depending on the different needs, basically, for somebody that just want to maintain a lean physique and just put on lean quality muscle, basically 100% whey protein, and then for the individual that's basically want to put on a bit of mass, I will go with the fast-growing anabolic. That's got basically higher protein and higher carbs.
Another important factor, I think, is stretching. So how important is stretching when it comes to guys wanting to build lean muscle?
Yeah, definitely after training you should stretch, actually, because it helps with quicker recovery, and it also takes away lactic acid buildup. So stretching is very important.
And how long should one stretch?
I will say anything between, say, 10 to 15 minutes stretching after, our session, basically.
For significant gains in strength and endurance, and with aid recovery, this is the time to add products such as 100% whey protein and L-glutamine that assists with building and maintaining lean muscle mass. Just what you need after a grueling training session.
Now, Shameen, what advice can you give to the guys out there wanting to gain some lean muscle mass as a professional personal trainer yourself?
Well, they must understand that building lean quality muscle, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So it takes time. In 1 year, you put on basically, say, anything between 2.5 to 3 kilograms of muscle in 1 year. To put on body fat and water takes quicker. You can put on 10 kilos in 2 months of fat, but to put on quality muscle basically takes a while. So you've got to have patience and discipline, consistency, train at least 5 days a week. Over weekends, take a break, and resting period very important as well.
And get your diet right.
Definitely, your diet is key, basically. That is number one on the list. It's basically 80% of your total package.
Building that lean muscle mass starts in the kitchen. Along with lean protein, a balanced diet includes healthy amounts of carbs, good fats and fiber, especially fresh vegetables. Quality nutritional supplementation like USN works best for those committed to a balanced lifestyle.
And what advice could you give for those hard gainers out there?
Well, obviously, it's mainly the diet basically that changes. Somebody that's a hard gainer, you're gonna take a lot of protein, a lot of carbs, good quality fats, and It's basically eating frequently as well, every 2.5 to 3 hours. And somebody that want to put on weight is going to take in more carbohydrates than somebody that just want to maintain or build a lean quality physique.
Take the step to changing your body and your life by visiting usn.coza to download free exercise routines, eating plans, and more. Also join the USN SA page on Facebook today.